Welcome back to the Dreamhack Dota 2 Invitational. This is the post-game interview with Fly, the support player from Fnatic. If you just tuned in, don't worry, there's another match after this. Empire versus Dignitas will be starting really soon, and we're going to talk about that. But first, let's get Fly into the call. We'll see if we can find him.
Maybe should have called him before.
Nah, it's fine. I told him I would be calling him. Hello? Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you, Fly?
I'm good, I'm good.
Great. First of all, congratulations on winning the round of 6 versus the Cupid Red Pandas. That was a great performance from you guys. I'm assuming that you're really happy right now, aren't you?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. It was a pretty good series. Felt pretty good about it.
So, okay, let's start about talking about the match and then what comes next. But first of all, we started with that first match. It wasn't really good for you guys, but as I was saying during the after that game, it seemed that the things were going very good in Cupid's favor, but you were resisting very well. You had a 14k gold advantage, and you resisted for about 20 minutes without pretty much losing any racks at all. And I was thinking, these guys can really take it. These guys, if they get one thing right, they get one good teamfight right, they can clearly win this game. Did you feel it that way, or did you feel that you were way too behind at that moment?
No, I felt like at even one point, we sort of felt like we had the game in our side when we got the Roche. And then Hanny went in on Bat, and that's when we sort of gave it away, because we got a free Roche and we could have just backed out and might have a chance because we had a Aegis on the Gyro, and maybe if you got a Rapier we could have taken the game. But we sort of threw it away at that point, and then it was again back in their favor. They got the mid racks, and from there on it was really hard to come back from that. Yeah.
But anyways, I mean, it was reminded me of your victory against No Tide Hunter. Remember that first game of Star Ladder, where you were in a similar situation, where they picked the Treant and Ogre Magi. You were pretty much behind as well that time, and you were able to resist in your base a couple of team fights. You got 2 or 3 team wipes, and you ended up winning that game. So it seems to be that you're a really good team for defending your base. It's really hard for teams to actually break into Fnatic's base, even if they get an advantage like that. Is that how you feel you play? Is that something that you think about it? It's just the picks or how the games go, that even if you're behind, you actually have control of the map?
I think it's more about the picks, because against the Bat, it's really hard to go in, because he can always pull someone out, and then we had double 4-staff, so we could maybe pick off someone. So I would say it more depends on the picks. The game in Star Ladder, we had a Shaker, I think, and a Gyro or something like that too, like heroes which are really good at defending base. So I would say it's more about the picks than anything. Great.
Okay, so now moving to the happy part of things. That game too, you completely dominated. Everyone was winning every single lane. And that CK Wisp was assisted by Bane. You were playing Bane in that match, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
The Bane was clutch in getting like all those first 3 kills on Jakiro mid, and you pretty much dominated from there on. We were discussing about how the lanes from the Cupid Red Pandas were a bit weird, because you had a clear advantage on those, on every single of those lanes. Were you feeling comfortable from the beginning? When the moment you saw the lanes, did you think, okay, we've got this because we've had better lanes? Or was any trouble or something that you were considering about it?
Well, usually when we get CK Wisp, we already feel kind of comfortable. It's sort of our go-to strat, and we've had pretty good success with it so far.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I think their laning could have been a bit better, since they gave pretty much Storm free farm, so even if the CK Wisp wouldn't dominate early on, the Storm could still join and help. And like Storm Wisp is almost as good as CK Wisp. It's one of also the better combos. Right. So I felt they could have laned it differently, maybe contest against us, maybe even I saw like after the match I looked at the stream and I saw James suggesting 4 heroes bottom. And he might be onto something. It's not even that bad of an idea. It would have worked out better, I think, than the way they laned it. No, not even kidding.
I'm a genius.
So yeah, shout out to James for big strats.
James is a genius. Okay, of course that game 3 was pretty much the same way. There was huge control from the Night Stalker, who got a really quick Axe Scepter as a first item. Also, the Trixie pretty much dominated the offlane with the Lone Druid, since the Magnus actually had to go and help the tri-lane. And finally, the tri-lane was doing pretty well against Faceless Void. I'm looking at the Lich and Nyx. Now that Lich pick was weird because we don't really see as many Lich picks. If you had to think about it, and this is just an exercise on thinking about picking and draft, what do you think the Lich was there for?
Actually, I thought if they would have dual mid the Void plus Lich, it would have been way better. Because, like, they couldn't do too much bottom except the nice XP. Sure, it's a tri lane, so we barely get anything. But I don't really... Like, the way they laned it, I don't agree with it personally. If they dual mid it and then have the puck bottom, for example, I think it would have been much better for them.
Okay, so it was pretty good for you, and you just pretty much won very clearly. I think most of the people who bet on you are really happy right now. And now, No Tidehunter comes next. And this is a matchup that you already know. You've played against these guys a few times. What do you think? Like, now you know them pretty well. What's your impression on this team? What do you think you have to do?
I think they're a really good team. Very solid. Like, it's rare to see them really play bad or draft bad. It almost never happens. I feel sort of comfortable playing against them since we played them a lot before in the past in Star Ladder. I think we might have to change a bit the way we draft against them, but overall I think we can do it.
That's great. Just one final question to wrap it up. Will the people be able to see more meeple from No-Tail eventually, if the opportunity arises?
It's always possible.
It's always possible. That's what I like to hear. Thank you very much, Fly. Good luck in your next match. That will be on Sunday. Saturday, sorry. Yeah, Saturday, 13th. And you want to give any shout-outs, something about your sponsors?
Sure. Thank you for the interview, first of all. And shout out to my sponsors, my team, Rat Dodo, the Honey Badger, and Yotam.
Thank you very much. Okay, see you soon, Fly. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so impressions, thoughts?
It was good. I think his idea of dual laning the Lich and the Void mid would have worked out a lot better, and it would have also alleviated the issue that we kind of talked about before, where everyone on their roster needed level 6 really badly. And at least then they would have had two heroes who were getting a decent chunk of experience. Singh would have still been able to get some in the bottom lane. It would have been hard for that lane to dive him, but I guess it's all in the past now. So looking forward to seeing them play again. Fnatic recovering a bit since their performance yesterday in the D2L playoffs didn't go so well. So I'm glad to see they did well here.
That's great. Okay, so now we're going to a quick break, and we'll have our normal hosts. James will be back here. I'll be sitting there with Scriff, and we'll move on with the next match, Dignitas versus Empire.